Morning. It's Tuesday, July 27th, and now I can report that Kinzinger, Representative Kinzinger and Representative Cheney are joining the January 6th committee. And what has that meant to the committee? Well, in my view, we have two Republicans who are looking for the facts, who will be impartial. And because of that, there's a growing group of GOP members that want Kevin McCarthy to punish them for joining the committee, the January 6th committee. Now, if we're going to have a committee, and we want it to be nonpartisan, then we need to have people who are willing to listen to the facts. We need people that don't come to the stage with answers like, we should be looking at the BLM riots. And these people were just tourists. When you hear things like that, you know that we in this nation are in trouble. And let's remember that Nancy Pelosi only vetoed 2 out of the 5 people that Kevin McCarthy submitted. So what's the big hullabaloo? Let those 3 people sit on the committee, and then you have Cheney and you have Kinzinger, and you've got 5 Republicans on the committee. But no, he pulls all 5 of his nominees out of the race. And now we have this group of GOP members that want to punish the 2 people who are willing to sit on the January 6th commission. Punish Kinzinger and Cheney. We're not going to do anything when Cheney was the lone Republican. Was on the committee, but now that Kinzinger is on the committee, they want to do something. They want to punish them. In my mind, Pelosi did the right thing. She wants a committee that is willing to listen to the facts and not come to the commission with their own set of criteria, with their own beliefs. I don't care what you believe when you're on the committee, you got to listen to the facts. So Pelosi rejected 2 of McCarthy's choices, Jim Banks from Indiana and Jim Jordan from Ohio. And that caused McCarthy to withdraw all 5 of his picks. And then the far-right Freedom Caucus publicly called on Liz Stefanik to call a special GOP conference meeting to address appropriate measures relating to Pelosi removal of McCarthy's chosen picks for the committee. We have these members who want McCarthy and Stefanik to strip Cheney and Kinzinger of any of their committee assignments. So what are they supposed to be in Congress for? Congressmen are supposed to do their jobs. And one of their jobs, unfortunately, in this situation, is to get to the bottom of the facts associated with the insurrection. And if you looked at the videos of what was going on at the Capitol on January 6th, you know that this was not a peaceful demonstration. When 5 people die, it can't be considered a peaceful demonstration. And when you see people running through the corridors of the Capitol with spear-like weapons and breaking windows and climbing the walls, how could you go there and openly admit that you would rather talk about the BLM riots than the attack on our Constitution and on our government? These people, these Congress people who want these 2 congressmen stripped from their committees can't do it. Because while McCarthy could remove them from their other committees, Pelosi ultimately controls committee membership. She could theoretically reappoint them to their current posts. So it shows you how little our representatives understand about their jobs and who controls what and who really has the power. Now, here's a big thing that's running through my mind that's very upsetting. Nancy Pelosi is third in line to the presidency. And then McCarthy, in his wildest dreams, wants to be in that position. And I am telling you that if Kevin McCarthy is third in line to the presidency, this country is in danger. He is a man who is dishonest. He is a man who spoke to the president when the insurrection was going on and tried to reason with the president to say something intelligent to get the people to stop rioting and to go home peacefully. But they didn't do that. And Trump ignored him. And so what? So what if Trump ignored him? He still stands by and wants to do his bidding long after he's gone. So is this the kind of guy that we want to be third in line to the presidency? Is this a guy who would appoint people who are nonpartisan to an important committee like the January 6th Commission? We need this commission to come up with the facts and prove to the dissidents in this country that January 6th was an insurrection. It was an attack on our democracy, an attack on our Constitution, an attack on our way of life. Are we going to have people like the QAnon shaman running loose in this country, and the Proud Boys, and the Oath Takers, and all the other right-wing groups, the groups that marched at Charlottesville? Is that what we want in this country? I think not. But it's clear that Kevin McCarthy is okay with that. It's clear that the GOP is okay with that. The GOP stands for Grand Old Party. But they're not so grand anymore. They can stand behind and not vilify those who would try to overthrow an election that was proven to be one of the best run elections in the history of this country. Getting back to Kinzinger and Cheney. Kinzinger said if they want to punish me, it would be a bigger example to the problems that Kevin McCarthy has as a leader. And Cheney said she's not worried about being kicked off committees as punishment for serving on the select committee. She's there to do her job, her duty to this country, as is Kinzinger. She said, my oath, my duties, all of our oaths, all of our duty are to the Constitution. And that will always be my focus, not politics. That's what Cheney said. And maybe she should stand in front of the Congress and say, you all should do the same thing. You are not bound to your constituents. You are bound to the Constitution. You are bound to your oaths. You are bound to this country. So I leave you with that this morning, with the aggravation being thrown around. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the morning. Bye.